Hey there guys, welcome back to the newest episode of the 7th Prince anime. Last time we saw just how messed up the situation was becoming. Crow used his cursed voice to hold back the dragon and safely evacuate everyone from the area. But clearly he pushed himself way past his limits. That dragon was a huge pain in the butt, and even when Silpha and Tao showed up they were no match for that thing. But luckily Grimm arrived and beat the crap out of it. But away from there, Lloyd figured out Gatan's powers and how they worked, and man, it was insane. Normally holy magic purifies evil things, right, but Gatan's holy magic purifies anything he judges as evil. So Lloyd was being careful not to get hit by Gatan's spell, or else who knows what the outcome would be. With this, Gatan had lost almost all of his powerful pawns and that worried him a little, but he had a plan B for this situation. He sent another piece onto the field to continue his plan. It went to every place where his pawns had been defeated. Those pieces were his own parts and each had the power of an S-rank chimera to destroy the kingdom. That annoying as hell. Lloyd instantly tried to use his offensive teleport to get rid of them, but Gatan knew the trick and stopped him from doing so, because using offensive teleport takes immense concentration to hit the target. And as long as Lloyd was busy, those chimera would ruin the whole kingdom and wouldn't stop until they did. People tried to run from the church, but even outside there were chimera, they had nowhere to run for their lives. So those adventurers who could still move tried to stop the abomination. Desperate people pinned their hope onto their god, and ironically, Gatan himself had once been a hardcore believer in God. Right now Lloyd was somehow managing to evade the purifying blades, but Gatan kept creating them non-stop. It was frustrating for Lloyd, and downstairs, the situation had taken a major turn. Everyone was already exhausted from their earlier fight and now even stronger foes appeared. Gyral saw this, but Gatan was unstoppable. His wish was to destroy the kingdom, but he never intended to kill innocent people. The kingdom had been founded on the principles of the god's teachings, so Gatan wanted to prove there was no such being as God in existence, but to make people realize that sacrifices had to be made. Then suddenly Cyrus started playing her piano and Escher accompanied her with her wondrous divine song. From the moment it started, the sound reached the deepest corners of the kingdom. Such sublime and tender music calmed everyone. It was Escher's divine magic, boundless innocence. It seemed like just a song, but it had the effect of soothing people's minds, and it really worked. Even the chimera and their boss stopped for a moment, except for one true monster. He snapped his fingers and bang, all the S-rank chimera of Gatan were cut down, shocking everyone. That scene made Gatan furious and Lloyd signaled the start of the last round. Anyways, some thought it was a wonder of this song, but others thought differently. The moment it started, the chimera died. Dante in particular was on edge. Even after the chimera had fallen, one was still able to move, but Dante was on another level and stopped it. Then he decided to head where the song was coming from and asked Rem to stay behind. After he heard that Gatan was behind everything, Dante went into full rampage mode. But he also saw the effort Rem had put into until now and thought she was more qualified to work for the church. Rem was still guilty about her past, but Dante didn't mind. He believed having a bit of darkness inside is what makes them human, because everyone has made mistakes in the past, himself included. After that, Gatan's backstory began. He had once been an earnest and humble man blessed with a loving little family. He was a pastor, and although his voice was terrible, he used to sing to heal people with his divine magic. His son always loved his song, and so did the people, because they knew Gatan was doing it for them. Then one day Gyral asked him to stop because his voice was terrible. But knowing Gatan sang to heal others, he blessed him with the authority to use divine magic without ritual. With this, Gatan quickly became a bishop, and one crappy guy among his rank always tried to pick fights with him. That was Bats, of course. And Gatan always put him in his place, but he knew Bats is innocent and kind from deep within. There, the first companion to join his side was Dante, who always admired Gatan like a big brother, and another was the current king. They often squabbled with each other. He wanted to be king, but only if Gatan managed to become pope. Their friendship was good, but then one day Gatan saw a starving girl in the rain. He decided to bring her back home to feed her. She was Anastasia. And she said something he didn't understand until he saw his family lying on the floor drenched in a pool of blood, and a man at the side eating without a care. In that moment Gatan asked himself, if God is all good and almighty, then why didn't he save the lives of his devotees? Why did he let them die? That question drove him into despair. He used his divine magic on the man, but the man showed no pain at all. Gatan was shocked, and without any remorse the man died of starvation. He felt no pain while dying because he was innocent. And apparently being innocent was enough to escape his sin. It was insane. Gitni asked to himself, where did all the righteousness and karma go? From that day Gatan changed. His soul got filled with darkness that no light could dispel. Soon he became pope and people even started seeing him as a saint. But who knew the man they thought was the purest light was actually holding the deepest darkness? Meanwhile, Lloyd was bored to death hearing this backstory. Even the background lost its color. Lloyd said why should he care? He was just a simple prince of the nation. Realizing that Gatan apologized for wasting his time, but he thinks Lloyd is a god, so he had to hear what his devotee had been through. Wait, what? Lloyd had enough of this crap about being a god and smacked the guy. Meanwhile, Escher's voice was bringing courage to the people. The panic that had spread across the kingdom was fading. Some thought the song killed the chimera, but Babylon knew it was Lloyd. But how could they explain it to those who didn't know? Either way, the song was like a ray of hope for everyone and even reached high into the sky, and Lloyd used this song to deliver his attack on Gatan. More precisely, he used the sound to carry out his magic spells at incredible speed, giving Gatan no chance to evade. Plus it made the spells invisible so Gatan couldn't do anything. That's why he thought Civil War power might come in handy, but Lloyd brought down a whole meteor to settle it. Gatan couldn't stand against this monster, and with that, Lloyd completely subdued him. But that's where our episode comes to an end. Well, no worries, if you want to watch the next episode then just subscribe the channel, and also, don't forget to hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss. Till then, take care.